Good morning, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It is 10:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. This is not financial advice. We are talking about the graph on this video. So please know that the video that I'm about to run through is educational only. If you want to hit the Twitter link below, you will definitely be in touch with the latest updates throughout the day between this video and tomorrow's video, which is a long time in crypto land. Subscribe button below if you'd like to stay up to date with my latest videos. Now, I have here, this is my average cost basis across all of these entry points. When multiplied each one of these out and you add it all up, 81.4 cents is my average cost basis for New Cipher. So I'm down about 12-13% right now. If you take a look, if we could run into the markets here, we are still at we're at 70 cents. So like 12-13% down. Not worried about it. Long-term growth for me on the graph is incredibly compelling. I think the amount of adoption and the growth rate of what's going on their platform is compelling. I can't wait for the end of the year on this thing. So more to come. So anyway, we're looking at the graph US dollar chart here. Trend-wise, we're sticking around this area of support, which kind of started back in January. I drew it here just to show you that there are these little dips and we come roaring back over the line. And these are significant because for you to know, because it's not, charting is not a perfect science. If it's a short-term break and it comes back, it's typically not a valid break. And here's exactly how we see this here. And as everyone knows, cryptocurrencies are generally very volatile anyway, so it's not easy to chart the patterns on a day after day basis, but you get the point, and we get some long-term view of this. It's a little easier to chart. Now Bitcoin's close to 35,000. It's been hovering up here for a little while. We broke the line back into the range, into that long-term support. So if we drill into it, yesterday I was talking about this bullish pattern, this descending broadening wedge, and certainly it banged straight up, banged through it, then came back down, bounced off it, and up we go. We're back over this line, this green long line that has been going on since March of 2020. And as I've mentioned a few times, I think that we are going to continue our path up to 80,000 by the end of the year. Now, let's talk about why that is. Well, let's say that, we just found out this morning that there was a vote yesterday evening, where Central America, this country called El Salvador, I'm sure everyone has heard of it, they have signed in legislation to agree that Bitcoin will be used as legal tender. So they got the vote in and it passed. And how much did it pass by? 3/4 of the vote passed it. And let me tell you something, 3/4 of the vote, every single country in South and Latin America and Central America are all going to vote Bitcoin in. Because why? Because it's going to help their economy in ways they've never seen. And I think it's a great deal for them, and hope everything goes well with that. Paraguay as well. Paraguay talking about this guy, Carlitos Reala, talking through with folks that he wants to legitimize crypto. So let's see what happens there. And he also added laser eyes, which are telling, because laser eyes mean he's focused in on, adopting cryptocurrencies. So let's see what happens there. In addition, Scaramucci coming out saying he's okay with Bitcoin volatility because Bitcoin volatility is natural and it's comparable to the early days of Amazon. So if you stuck it out with Amazon, you did very, very well. So, again, and why are we talking about Bitcoin? Just as a reminder to everyone, because Bitcoin is one of the major factors here, and it does drive the market as a whole. The graph by itself, kind of needs Bitcoin to do well because it follows the Bitcoin benchmark. It's no different than most of the stocks, the individual stock names on the stock market that follow the Dow. They follow the S&P. If the S&P crashes, it doesn't matter how good a stock is, it's going to go down with the ship. So I want everyone to understand that that's why we talk about Bitcoin a lot on this video. And lastly, Bitcoin talking like Bloomberg is favoring 40K over 20K. So that means they basically, they basically switch gears overnight, which is typical. But, play the long game. You're better off. And as we can see here, the long game is certainly intact. So let's go over to the graph relative to Bitcoin. We're definitely still over the range. I don't mind us sacrificing a little here on the graph relative to Bitcoin. I prefer that we get Bitcoin back up so that, we can stabilize at a higher price, and then this thing can properly, the fear index would kind of evaporate within these smaller currencies, smaller cryptos relative to Bitcoin. So the GRT BTC, and particularly, if it takes a small short-term hit, I'm okay with it, for a few days. But I think that if Bitcoin continues its drive higher, it will instill more confidence back into these BTC pairs, such as GRT BTC. So with that, I'm out, but hope everyone's well and stay safe. Talk soon.